I was passing through Hong Kong. It would have been around 1983, and I went under this incredible building that had like this, I called it like a whale's belly, and I went up into the public area of the Hong Kong Shanghai Bank of Foster. It had just been completed, and I thought it was brilliant. And then I, at the time, was in grad school, but I was writing for the New Republic, so I wrote an article about that building and really how innovative it was for its time, and how also, even though Foster was really expressing the kind of the structural integrity of the building on the outside, it was also so human a building, because it really, as you entered through the escalator, once you were inside, you saw everything, and it was a very democratic building, and it really had an impact on me. And I'll never forget, I think I actually got a really nice note from Norman sort of thanking me for this article, and I'm sure I saved it somewhere, because it meant a lot to me. And I think that's how I got to know. I mean, I was young. I was like, it must have been 1983, 84, and I went into China with my mother and my brother, and then we were in Hong Kong. So that's how I got to know of Norman Foster's work. I had the pleasure of visiting the Bloomberg headquarters. I sit on the board of the Bloomberg Foundation after it had just opened. And again, that same absolute spirit of, this is a building that is leading the fields in being energy efficient and being environmentally sustainable. Yet at the same time, it's this intense celebration with an inside forum where there is that sense of people communally being together. It's a real celebration of people coming together. I always think of these buildings as being little cities within themselves. If you can believe architecture can really sort of elevate the human spirit and actually dialogue and be a reflection of our times, what Foster was doing with the Reichtag to expose kind of the inner workings of the government, so never again will government rule be hidden from view, that it's there for the public to go through, was again astounding. And so these are just moments where you can remember going through a building and just kind of being so impressed, kind of awe-inspired by how much a building can change how you think and feel about the world in a lot of ways. I mean, I think he's one of our great leaders, and I think from the beginning, I'm such a committed environmentalist. I think the way in which he has always been very concerned with sustainability, and I think just in his talks and his lectures and the foundation's work, there is this extremely deep concern and commitment that is coming out not just in his buildings, but also in his outreach to the public and in mentoring people. And I think that's something that really, I think for as long as I can remember, his buildings have been focused on that. And especially now, whether it's the Apple headquarters, which I have not seen, but just the breathable skin. I think architecture on the outside has so much to share, because you could, I think 70% of all our energy is in our cities. So if we look at our buildings as part of the fabric of a city, and you green a city, or you green a college campus, because a college campus is like that perfect, because a lot of times the college has an energy source. So it's not about necessarily thinking of each individual building as being its own energy source. That might not be as efficient as seeing all of them grouped and sharing together. So that's where cities have this great potential. Like if we look at what happened with New York City under Mayor Bloomberg, just whether it was planting 1 million trees or requiring that the city changes its heating oil to a cleaner heating oil, to so many other elements that were put in place, so when you build a new building, it has to come up to energy code standards. These can make an incredible impact